Rebirth is on the horizon and it's most likely dropping in Season 3, but how will it hold its own in 2024? Let's discuss. How's it going, everybody? ItsSKOUTiD here, and yes, today we're going to be discussing on how Rebirth will hold its own with the upcoming release of possibly Season 3, with the recent images and leaks that we have discovered. Will it hold its own? How will it play out with the current integration of Warzone? And will it be comparable to before? I'm going to have some gameplay in the background from Legendary Viking. He is a good friend of mine, and he actually had some older gameplay that he let me use. So if you guys haven't, definitely feel free to go check him out. I will tag his channel down in the comments. Now, with Rebirth returning, it's everybody's fan favorite resurgence map. You could put it above Ashika, Vondel, the remade Fortunes Keep. A lot of people here were saying Vondel is better than the newly made Fortunes Keep. And why is that? Because they changed Fortunes Keep. With the change of Fortunes Keep, everybody is scared of Rebirth Resurgence being changed up for what's called better, but in our eyes we just want the old map back. And my thought process on this is I don't think they're going to change it like how they did for Fortunes Keep. Now here's my thought process on why they won't change Rebirth unlike they did Fortunes Keep. Fortunes Keep had about 3 months of lifecycle playtime in the era of Vanguard and Warzone. They didn't have any time to change POIs, they didn't have any time to update the graphics, and they felt like they grew a bigger audience, so they wanted to please more of their gamers and viewers that are people watching it and playing it. So they actually did decide to try to build it from the ground up, and they kind of epically failed, but that is why everybody's scared for the remake or remastered version of Rebirth. Now, I will have an image on screen. If you guys didn't see it, Rebirth Resurgence load screen did get leaked over here, and a lot of people did notice a smoke up at the top right of prison, and they think that there's going to be a big crater that it blew up. And that is not a crater, that is just a lot of smoke, but a lot of people had speculation on that, to the point where they had Rebirth split up into like 5 different sectors, and there was an image going around. But I don't think it's going to be changed up like that. There probably will be a couple of new buildings. For example, if you look down at the bottom right towards the back of Harbor, near Chemical, there is a new building there, and I do honestly say and think that there will be an underground area to this. If you guys remember back in Rebirth at the end of the life cycle, they did have a Easter egg where if you found all the TVs and you were able to light up the phones, get the code, you could go down and grab everything like Foresight, miniguns, golden riot shields, everything to be able to suit yourself to absolutely win that game. Now, I think what's going to happen is they're going to have all these buildings that go down underneath, and there will be an underground area. I hate to say it, but I just think so. And that is just my personal thoughts on how Rebirth will change, if anything at all. Now, overall, my thought process on the POIs that are going to change, if anything does change, is Control, because that was changed up a couple of times from the first integration to the last. Then I think the back by Stronghold or Security will change a little bit, and maybe a little bit of Nova 6, because that was changed a couple of times as well. Very minor changes over there, but if any, that is where the changes probably will happen. Now, with Rebirth feeling like it's not going to be changed as much, there's still going to be a couple of things that aren't as similar to how we played it over in the first integration of Warzone. Now, one of the first gameplay changes I think are actually going to happen is water. There wasn't any swimming in the first integration of Rebirth, and now there is water surrounded on Rebirth Island. You can swim in it, and there's going to be water zones. But the good thing is everybody has pistols, but it's still going to change a little bit of the flow and dynamic of the map. So we're just going to have to see how that plays out. Hopefully they add a little more cover or something by the water to be able to make it more balanced and as fun as it was before. The second thing is, if you like the redeploy balloons that was in Warzone 1, those have now changed to portable redeploy drones. For example, if you had a favorite landing spot, mine was Harbor in Nova 6, I would be able to grab Lodi, 75k, get that down, then balloon up to Nova Roof, pull out my car, then be able to snipe over at Grandma's. If there's nobody, push up, yada, yada, yada. You're not going to be able to do that anymore because the balloons are now going to be moving across the map in different ways and in different functions than they did before, comparable to a static redeploy balloon. Now, another one that is in this game versus what we had in Warzone 1, it's not that big, but remember, we do have a backpack system, and if people want, they can stack UAVs, stack precision, so you have to be a little more careful of high ground that you play on Rebirth with the towers, the prison roof, because you will get absolutely sloshed if you keep having PAs called on you with mortar strikes as well. Now, how will Rebirth play in 2024 with the current integration of Warzone that we have? I think it'll play about 90% similar. The only reason why I have that 10% out is if they add an underground area from what we had before with the Easter egg, and also we have to take into account now the swimming and a little bit of different dynamics, I feel like it'll play 90% similar. We also have pretty much the same mechanics as before. Sliding feels good. Dolphin diving is going to add a new gameplay mechanic into Rebirth. Parachuting does feel a little bit off. One-shot sniping is back. And overall, like, very little recoil in the guns. Very arcadey, it's starting to feel like again. And I just feel like a lot of people are going to have the nostalgia that they were asking for with Rebirth, and it'll just feel very, very good to have it back in our hands, being able to play it in 2024. But that's going to do it for me. What do you guys think Rebirth will be in Season 3? Do you guys think that this is going to be a flop like Fortunes Keep, or do you think that this will be just as nostalgic and fun as before? Let me know down in the comments. I will respond to all you guys in the comments on my overall thoughts again on Rebirth. And if you guys want, definitely feel free to join a Discord. We're hyping everything up for Rebirth. And also, if you guys want to stay up to date with me outside of my YouTube or my Twitch stream, if you guys don't follow it, the link is in the description. Definitely feel free, and I will always be there to hang out. And I will also have a Ranked Resurgence tips guide in the comment section below too. It'll be pinned, so if you guys want to grind out Ranked Resurgence, get hyped for Season 3 of Rebirth, definitely feel free. But then again, it's SKOUTiD. Stay blessed, stay positive, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.